Hi, I'm Michelle Ramsay from The Fashion Expert, and in this video today I want to talk to you about creating a commercial collection for your fashion brand that's going to sell well to your ideal customer audience. I'm going to share with you 3 top tips that you can use in your business. They're really simple things, they're very actionable, and you can use them in your business today. So number 1 is creating a collection that is appealing to your ideal customer. Now that might sound like a really obvious thing, but often what happens with startup brands is they let their own likes and preferences cloud their judgment in terms of when they're designing or putting together a selection of products. So we want to think about our end user and we want to make sure that we've got lots of different options in there to appeal to our ideal customer, but also thinking about things outside of the box of just what we like. So that might be in terms of colour. So say for example, you might feel very confident wearing a bright colour, but some of your customers might want something that's more safe. Also, if you're choosing colours, are you just putting them in there because they're your favourite colours, or are you actually looking ahead and thinking, okay, these colours are going to be on trend in my launch season? Also think about things like people's body shapes and preferences. So if you're creating, for example, a ladies athletic wear brand, some women enjoy working out in the gym in a crop top and shorts, whereas other women prefer to be a bit more covered up. So say for example in leggings and a t-shirt. So are you thinking about the types of products that you're putting in there and making sure that there are options for a few different types of customer in there? Tip number 2 is about pricing your collection correctly. And this can be a bit of a difficult one because pricing really has to take into consideration lots of different elements within your business, so starting off with how much something costs to manufacture, how much the fabrics are, etc. And then also taking into consideration your profit margin, your business running costs, etc. And then thinking about the end user, again, your customer, and that customer perceived value of your brand, where you're trying to position your brand within the marketplace. So products need to be positioned at that correct level that your customer is looking to expect to pay, okay? And this isn't all about making things, not too expensive. Things can be too cheap and things can be too expensive. And it's about researching your customer, working out where you're placing yourself within the marketplace, and also making sure that all of those costs have been taken into consideration, like how much it costs to manufacture something. But really, you want to make sure that your customer understands why you're charging that price at the end of the day. So if something is more expensive because you're working with ethical factories, because you're creating something that is a sustainable product, perhaps your fabrics are more expensive, making sure that your customer understands this and also your brand values align with your customer values as well will mean that a customer will understand why they're paying a little bit more for something and will be more likely to buy into that product. Again, if something's very cheap, sometimes that can actually put people off. So, you have to kind of communicate this and you have to really understand your customer and know what they're going to expect from your products. Finally, tip number 3 is creating a collection of a good size. Now, this can be sometimes like a how long's a piece of string question. There is a general sweet spot about creating, a collection of a right size, but what you want to do is strike this balance between not having enough product and having too much product, okay? Because both can be detrimental to your brand. If you put a collection out there that only has 2, 3, 4 pieces in there, it leaves people wondering where the rest of that collection is. It leaves them wondering whether this brand is, a real brand. Are they going to get their goods, etc., if they order from you? Conversely to that, if you've got too much product in your collection, it can often feel overwhelming. People are kind of like swamped by choice and they can't pin down what they actually want to buy from your collection. So that sweet spot is about giving people enough choice so they can see your collection, how you merchandise your collection. If they buy something from you, is there something that they can come back and then buy again? So if they've bought a top, do you have jeans, chinos, a skirt, something like that that they can come back and merchandise that with and come back as a repeat customer. Equally so, not having too much product, so not flooding their minds and that sort of shopping experience with too much product, making sure that they can see this concise collection that you're putting together and they can understand that story that you're putting out there and it looks like it's been merchandised well. So 3 top tips there. Number 1 is putting out a collection of products that really speaks and appeals to your customers. Number 2, making sure you're pricing yourself correctly within the marketplace. And number 3, creating a collection of a good enough size that offers choice but doesn't offer overwhelm. So I would love to hear if you enjoyed these tips today and if you're going to action any of these within your business. And also if you have any tips that you would like to share, then please do feel free to comment in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the content, and I shall see you soon.